Well, how do you know where you're going and how far you've gone to get there unless you actually look along the way?
And a special thank you to our sponsor for this episode, Oswego Private Wealth Management. Welcome to another $4 million Strategies, the best 4 minutes in business for strategy and tactics you apply to your business today. Really excited to have with us John Hannum. He is the CEO, founder of PPS Finance. Today, he's going to talk about something that you should be doing in your business, which is comparing your actual financials to your budgeted financials. John, tell us why we should do it and what's the best practices we should do to get it done.
Well, how do you know where you're going and how far you've gone to get there unless you actually look along the way? So my firm does a fractional CFO service. And so we actually help firms, help companies prepare their budget and compare those actuals. And I think it's the most missed thing in business in general. Obviously, it takes two things to create that relationship, but specifically building a budget, which has a value in itself, right? Working with your CFO or going into a room and getting your financials in order to say, here's what I want to do for revenue, expense, income, et cetera. Creating that budget with your CFO has a special value because you both bring something to the table that helps you to organize that budget and make it really solid and attainable. And then taking that budget and comparing it to your actuals will tell you how far you've gone to that. If there are variances to the budget, you might look at every one of those variances and understand why. Did you have more sales or less sales than you expected? Did you have more expense or less expense? Just looking at that and understanding the differences are really key to operating your business on a monthly basis. The second thing that process takes, though, is good actuals. So you actually do have to close your books every month, understand your numbers, and be able to compare that with your budget in a cohesive way. If you don't, do good accounting, then you're comparing kind of garbage to a good number, and that doesn't provide any value. So to me, having all those things together makes the value both budget and actual, then the comparison. After you make that comparison, taking action on it, right? If you have less sales than usual, you need to kind of up your sales game. If you have more sales, you need to figure out what you did right and do more of it. If you're saving good money on expenses, you should do more of that. Whatever magic is making your business work, you can clearly see it in that calculation and go forward and do more of it. If something's not working, do less of that.
John, so I'm curious, when somebody goes through this process for the first time, and it's amazing how many companies you and I have worked with that have never done a budget and they're 20, 30 years old. I mean, it's incredible. What is the first big aha moment they experience when they do it for the first time?
I would say it's just the comparison of what they expected to happen versus what did happen, right? So you go into a room, you make all these assumptions of a budget. We're going to do this much in sales. We're going to have this expense. We're going to hire this salesperson, and that salesperson is going to make X money for us in the first year. And then, when you get to actually looking at that, you say, here's what I planned to do. And then here's what I did. Did it work exactly like you expected? Unusual, but it does happen. And so having that aha moment saying it either worked the way we expected and we need to do more of it, or didn't work and here's what we need to try next time, continually trying those things is the magic and the aha moment of using your budget.
Perfect. Hey, John, great advice on the reason and the why we should be doing comparing our actuals to our budget on a consistent basis. John, thank you so much for being part of $4 Million Strategies.
Thank you so much, Carl.